It's so good. Queso dip is delicious. Hey guys, I'm Dave and we're back in the kitchen and we're gonna make some cottage cheese queso because Tina saw a video on Instagram, sent it to me and it looked really good and I said I gotta try making that or something like it. So I asked ChatGPT to create the world's best recipe for cottage cheese queso and we're gonna try it and see if it's really that good. I make a pretty mean standard queso too. So it'll be interesting to compare the two. Again, since it's cottage cheese, we're gonna start off with 1 cup of cottage cheese. All right, so 1 cup of cottage cheese. I'm using a little dollop of daisy because I ran out of the other stuff, but that's all good. That's not actually true. I have another whole one here that I thought I might need, but I don't. Now, if you're new here, on this channel, we like to make all types of recipes, keto, non-keto, whatever. Lately, I've been on a keto kick, but there's tons of recipes on my channel, like over 100 that are non-keto. So if you don't like keto, there's plenty to watch, and I'm sure I'll make more in the future. As far as this queso recipe, I don't feel like it's keto or non-keto. It's just cottage cheese queso, which I'm really intrigued to try. So I'm gonna just blend this up in my little Ninja blender. I use my Ninja blender a lot, guys. These are like 20, 30 bucks. I'll put a link in the video description. You should get one if you don't have one, they're awesome. So 1 cup of cottage cheese, smoothified. We're then just gonna collect all our other ingredients and then we'll put it all together over by the stovetop in a few minutes. Let me grab a cutting board. Cutting board is a little wet because we just washed it. All right, so for the queso, guys, you're gonna need a finely diced onion. I am not a professional dicer. Don't judge me. Actually, do judge me. Go ahead. I don't care. I'm out here showing you my bad dicing skills. You're sitting there, you're worrying, you're like, is Dave gonna cut off his finger this time? Hopefully not. I'll let you know. Yeah, that's true. Tina says it would go viral if I did cut my finger off, so maybe I just need to figure that out. Take one for the team, she said. Or I could do like they did in Arrested Development, that guy that he would hire to make his kids think he lost an arm because he was missing an arm, so they'd learn a life lesson. Deep cut of Arrested Development knowledge. Anyway, small onion, dice it up to the best of your ability. I'm certainly not gonna judge you if you do a bad job. It's still gonna taste the same, even if it's not perfect. Then take a jalapeno. Take your jalapeno and dice that up. And I'm just using this paper or plastic bag so I don't get my, the jalapeno juice on my fingers. And then inevitably later in the day, this happens every time, touch my eye, it starts burning. I try to find a solution. I end up in the shower, pouring water on my face. It's a nightmare. I really shouldn't even be allowed to touch jalapenos. But anyways, with the little plastic baggie, it's not bad. Chop up 1 jalapeno, like so. Yeah, there was one time where I did that and it was burning my whole face because I touched my whole face and I Googled what I should do for burning and it said vinegar. And so I put vinegar on my face and then had an allergic reaction. My whole face swelled up and turned red. It was pretty fun. It's pretty fun, guys. Anyways, plastic bag solves the whole problem. You then want to mince 2 cloves of garlic up as well. So we can do that really quick, like a ninja. I feel like I haven't been doing much veggie chopping on my channel lately. It's kind of nice to be back in the veggie chopping mode. If you desire it and love it, you can take some cilantro and chop that up. I do love it, and I do desire it. So maybe I will take it out of the fridge and do just that. A little silly cilantro. But yeah, I'm not a professional cook, guys. You know that. But I like to remind you if you're new here, we're just doing our best to make a nice meal for our family, and that's what we're here for. All right, so a whole bunch of cilantro, way too much. Get way less cilantro than I just started chopping. You just want it as a garnish, and I'm chopping like 3 cups worth for some reason. Whatever, it's fine, it looks nice, it's pretty. It adds color to the cutting board. All right, set that aside. We're going to need some cheese. And I saw something somewhere that said we've been using these box graters wrong our whole lives. And that the way you're supposed to do it is that, laid flat or something. And then it like catches the cheese. I don't know, is that a thing? Have you ever heard of such a thing? So this is Monterey Jack cheese that I'm shredding right now. I don't really know that this is any better. I mean, I guess it is catching it in there. We need a cup of this, I believe. A cup of shredded Monterey Jack. Okay, let's see if I got a cup's worth. Yeah, I did. Cup of shredded Monterey Jack. You're also gonna need a cup of shredded cheddar. I bought the pre-shredded cheddar for that. 1 tablespoon of butter and a 1/4 cup of cream cheese. And then we're gonna head over to the actual stovetop and start cooking this thing. So there's our tablespoon of cream cheese and a 1/4 cup of, I'm sorry, that was a tablespoon of butter. Words are hard. 1/4 cup of cream cheese would be 4 ounces, yeah? Yeah, I think that's right. So basically half a block of cream cheese will be part of it as well. So we've got all the ingredients ready. We're gonna head over to the stove and start putting this together. There are some spices you're gonna need, and we'll go through those once we get over there. Okay, here we are. We are over at the stovetop. Let me turn on my other camera. This is where the magic happens, y'all. We're gonna take that 1 tablespoon of butter we had. We're gonna throw it onto our little saucepan. or skillet as you would call it. Put it on medium probably. And we're gonna melt that up, and then we're gonna add our veggies. Okay guys, so we've got the butter, it's almost melted. We're gonna add our veggies to this, and that is the onions, the jalapeños, and the garlic, not the cilantro. There we go, easy peasy. All right, so I think our veggies are sauteed enough. We're gonna add our cream cheese. Now I'm gonna lower the heat. I had it on medium high. I'm gonna bring it down to like a medium or so. And I don't wanna like burn the cream cheese, but I do want it to melt a little, like kind of crisping. But this is what the recipe says to do, so we're doing it. So I'm just mixing in the cream cheese, softening it up. Doesn't look queso-y yet, guys, but I think it will soon. Yeah, it says I'm supposed to do this until the cream cheese melts and integrates with the vegetables. I've never made a queso with that process before, but hey, there's a first time for everything. I'm gonna lower the heat a little more since we just got cheese on the skillet. I'm at like a medium low now. All right, that's pretty melted. Now we're gonna add our Colby that we shredded. Was it Colby or Monterey Jack? I can't remember. You guys remember that, right? We also wanna add our 1 cup of shredded cheddar, which I never actually measured, but I'm gonna measure it now. Fill some on the ground, or I mean on the stovetop. There we go. Okay. So now we got the cheddar, the cream cheese, and the whatever the other one was, and we're mixing them together until it's nice and melty. We are gonna add some cream, some heavy whipping cream in just a second, or heavy cream, to improve the consistency. Obviously this is just pure cheese at this point. And we want to do a 1/2 cup of heavy cream into the mix. Stir that in too, and we're gonna let this kind of melt for a minute before we do anything else. I also feel like I might have just done that step backwards. We're gonna add the cottage cheese now too. Remember we ground up or blent up and smoothed out a cup of cottage cheese. That's gonna go into the mix now as well. We're just gonna heat this all through and let it melt and come to a cottage cheese consistency. We still have some spices we need to add. A couple more things to do here. Trying to get the most amazing looking cottage cheese and tasting cottage cheese queso ever created with the help of ChatGPT, but we definitely wanna mix this up nice and good. I'm already thinking we might end up wanting more heavy cream. This is pretty thick. We want to get to a creamy consistency. I'm going to add a little more heavy cream. It says you can add additional heavy cream to change the consistency, and I'm thinking we want a little more. So I think we're going to be at more like a 3/4 of a cup of cream. Yeah, that's looking a little better. I like it. I like it a lot. Now we're going to add our spices. 1/2 a teaspoon of smoked paprika is going to go in there. 1/2 teaspoon of cumin gets added in. 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, a dash of pepper, and a dash of salt. And we're gonna stir that in as well to kind of put the finishing touches on this. And we wanna get it nice and warm. And this is gonna be our delicious Mexican queso dip made from cottage cheese. A little bit different, a unique spin. Now, I know you're all wondering, you're like, yeah, but Dave, if it's keto, because it is, you know, I'm doing keto. You don't have to do keto, but I'm doing keto. So if it is keto and you can't use normal tortilla chips, what do you dip in it? Well, I will tell you folks, I just recently did a video on my channel showing you how to make cottage cheese keto Doritos, and they're amazing. So I made a bowl of my cottage cheese keto Doritos. I've got it right here. These are my little, they're nacho cheese Doritos, and they are delicious. I think they're gonna be really good with this. Once it gets nice and hot, we'll dip it and we'll try it. I will say you can make these in 2 ways, fried or baked. Baked's a little healthier, but not quite as good. The fried ones are stellar. Totally recommend it. They're like my favorite keto snack, the fried keto Doritos, and that's what I made in the video, so check that out. You gotta try them. It says to cook on low heat for about 3 more minutes and then serve. So we're gonna let this just cook for a few minutes, get it all integrated, and then we're gonna try it out. All right, so this is looking scorching hot and delicious. What we can add here that we haven't added yet is our cilantro. Add it to the top as a garnish and a treat, as much as you want, as per desired. Boom, shakalaka. Now we're gonna try it. Like I said, I'm gonna use my keto Doritos and the dip, and we're gonna see if it's amazing or if it's disgusting. It's tangy, but it's like a good tang. I like that. I will say the fried keto Doritos are a little crispier, so I'm gonna try one of those. Decadent, folks. Decadent. Wow. That's so good. Queso dip is delicious. Absolutely delicious. I love that. Love that. I highly recommend it, guys. You can use the queso dip for like 8 million different things too. You don't have to use it with chips. Like I said, you could use keto chips, keto Doritos, any sort of keto like cracker type thing. If you're not keto, just use normal tortilla chips. That's not really necessarily got to be a keto dip. It is, because most queso is keto. Whew, but it is good. It is really good. I highly recommend it. I highly, highly recommend you try the keto Dorito recipe if you haven't already, because that was amazing. And deep fried, This is that moment where you cook such good keto food, you end up over consuming. That's kind of my day today, because I have been just eating delicious keto stuff all day. Guys, if you like this, if you enjoy these videos, if you like this cottage cheese queso, try to make it yourself. Tag me in a photo on Instagram. I'm gonna make an Instagram account. I swear, I keep meaning to do it. I'm gonna actually do it, and then tag me in a photo of you making it, because I wanna see how it comes out for you. But the cottage cheese queso, oh, delicious. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.